Hi, my name is Kalisha. I own the Flourish Path. I do coaching for women founders, business owners, and I do a holistic approach where I focus on you becoming the best version of yourself and personal growth as well as business growth. I want to just give more insight into how you can grow your business, tips and tricks, and just things that I see that are common issues for business owners. Inventory management. I spent 12 years in corporate automotive, and the car business is very cash intense because inventory, let's say you own a boutique and your average item is $100. When we're talking car dealerships, average MSRP of a car is 30,000 plus, dollars. So inventory management is crucial because literally it can take all of your money. If you mismanage your inventory, it can really like cost you millions of dollars. I want to talk about how you should be managing your inventory and why it's so important to manage your inventory. The thing with having a properly balanced inventory are two big considerations for me. So, number one, the items that you actually stock. So you need to make sure that you are stocking your fast turning units. You don't want to just be sitting on inventory because inventory that sits is literally money that is sitting. So you want items that are going to sell quickly, that people are looking for, basically. Seems easy, right? And then the other consideration that's big is the total volume of your inventory. So first, it's what you're stocking and do you have what people want? Simple. Number two is, do you have the right amount of product? So if you have too little product, then you're not going to have enough product to meet demand, right? If everybody wants, you have 100 people who want, I'm makeup, so I'm going to go to makeup as my point of reference all the time. If you have 100 people who want to buy your banana setting powder and you only have 50, you just missed 50 sales. You had people who literally would have bought your product if you had it, but you don't have it. So that's having too little inventory. Having excess inventory is what I talked about before, where, that's your money that's just sitting there. And you need to recoup that. So if you have too much inventory and not enough demand, then that means you're going to be discounting. That means you're going to be trying to figure out a way to move this inventory, which cuts into your profit margin. So, too little is missed sales opportunities, but then too much is your money's tied up and you are probably going to end up cutting into your profit margins to actually move that product. So what can you do to actually right size your inventory? In the car business, we had a plethora of systems that gave you very, very, very detailed reports, and I am super analytical, so I like to really dig into the details. So my dealerships, I would literally say, okay, for the past 30 days and for the past 3 months, let me tell you your sales trends. Let me tell you down to the color of the model. So at Nissan, I'm like, okay, you need to order more black Sentras, this trim level with these packages, with these accessories, because you sold, 5 of them in the last month and 15 of them in the past 3 months, and that accounts for 25% of all your Sentra sales. So make sure that when you're ordering Nissan Sentras, you're ordering black SLs with these packages, these options, because that's what people want, that's what people are buying. So that's what you need to be doing. So you need to literally look at your sales history. What is in demand? But here is something that I also picked up when I was working with parts in dealerships is take note of demand for product that you don't have. So if you have customers who are coming in or requesting, or if on your website you have, notify me when it's back in stock, and you have people who are saying like, hey, I want this, hey, I want this, hey, I want this, and you don't have it, that means that's something that you need to consider stocking, right? Or that you need to consider increasing the amount that you stock. But you definitely need to look at, trends. I would look at last 30 days. I would look at the last, 3 months, but then also keep in mind, seasonality, keep in mind any like events that might throw things off. So right now it's February, right? And Christmas would have probably altered things a little bit for most businesses. They would have skewed your numbers, and then again, we're entering tax season now, so you might have more sales during this time. So last 30 days, last 3 months. But then I also look at same time period previous year if you have that data, because that's going to give you more insight into what's happening now. How does tax season usually affect the demand? And again, I'm talking about down to the SKU level. If you offer like products like, what SKU are people buying? How many are they buying? Just really get into there and figure out how many you need to have to meet demand without being in excess of what people are looking for. And when you are looking at, so that's kind of looking at what to stock, right? And then something else that I want to add, something that I see a lot of is, I think that a lot of businesses want to offer like a variety, but it seems like it could be detrimental to the business. Like you might be stocking things again that aren't selling as fast because you want to offer to people. So if you have a lot of things that are kind of sitting, I would reduce the number of items that you offer so that you don't have products that don't sell. Like when I was in the car business, I would tell dealers, like, don't order every color of car. Don't order everything because you want to have a rainbow and you want to have every single option for everybody, because you might sell that car for 6 months just because you wanted to like have it just in case. Like, no, you need to meet the needs of the majority. So if there is some like oddball thing that you're like, oh, I really want to make sure I can offer this to people even though nobody ever buys it, maybe you have some sort of process where people can like custom order or something, like they can request it kind of thing, but you're not carrying it, and you make them like pay a deposit or pay for it before you order it, because that stock that is just sitting, that inventory that is just sitting, is your money that is just sitting, and you want to make sure that you are really like reeling it in and just stocking what sells, what the majority of people want. And also I would look at how much profit are you making for things. Again, sometimes there might be something you love to have and like the profit on that item just isn't there. So I would only be stocking things that like actually make me money and that people actually want. So when we look at overall volume, like how much inventory should I have on hand at one time? That's kind of the same thing that I was talking about before, looking at previous sales. So, last month, how much did you sell? For the last 3 months, how much did you sell? And then look at same time period for the previous year. And if you can go back to past years even, that helps, because anything that's going to give you data that's going to help you forecast what demand is going to be, what sales are going to be, that's a good thing. And I am a data junkie, like I said. I'm very analytical, so I always want like a million data points, and like I'm trying to figure out exactly what forecast is going to look like. So with planning how much inventory. Something else that you want to consider is like fulfillment time. How long does it take you from like when you order your product to like it actually arrives to you? Or how long does it take you to make it, or whatever it is, if it's a physical item. So in the car business, it would typically take about 3 months from the time that a dealership ordered a car to when the car, got produced at the plant and ended up and got shipped to the dealership. So we knew that we needed to have like, okay, if we sell out of black SL Sentras, it's going to take 3 months to get another one. So we would always kind of look at what we have on the ground and what we have on the pipeline, and in the pipeline, like about to be built, to make sure that there's never a time that we like run out of the things that we need. So again, think about your fulfillment time. If it takes you a month to get something that you order in stock from when you order it from your supplier, then make sure that you're keeping a close eye on your inventory. And again, you have it forecasted out that, hey, I sell about 10 of these a month, and oh no, I only have 10 left. Don't wait until you have 0 to order. I would start ordering when you have 10 left. If you average 10 sales a month, you have 10 left. It's going to take you a month to get more. You don't want to run out, so you're missing sales opportunities. Okay, I have 10 left. Let me order now, so that when I'm down to 0, I have that other shipment that's coming in to replace them, and I'm not sitting here without product. So I know I make it sound very simple. It's not simple at all. Well, because again, like you can never really tell 100% with forecasting, but you can look at trends and have an educated idea, an educated guess, I guess, of like what sales will look like moving forward, and that will help you to plan how much inventory is right. Because like in the car dealership world, again, we're talking about millions of dollars of inventory, millions of dollars tied up, millions of dollars on the line. The objective was to have the leanest inventory you possibly could. So I said it would take about 3 months to get a vehicle that you ordered in. Like we would shoot for like a 90-day supply. Like you want to have enough inventory for 90 days because you want to sell through all this, and you want in 90 days your new stuff to hit. So that's kind of how you should be thinking of, how can I carry the leanest inventory so I'm not like pouring all my money into inventory, but I have enough to meet the need. So I hope that was helpful for you. I just think that it's such an important topic and people don't really talk about it enough. So I just wanted to shed some light on it. If you want to like go more in depth or anything with that, I can always do that. Just reach out, and I would love to talk more about how you can manage your inventory, how you can, if your system doesn't have reporting, you can absolutely manually create reports to do this stuff. And I can help you with that, or I can make another video and kind of talk about how to build that out. So hope this helps. Again, if you did want to dig into more of my resources, what I have to offer, my name is Kalisha, and my company is called The Flourish Path. You can find me at theflourishpath.net. Thank you.